Good evening, student. After completing the cytoskeletal element, now we are left with the last part of this chapter, that is nucleus. Nucleus is the largest component of the cell. So let's try to learn the structure of nucleus in detail. Nucleus is the largest component of cell. This nucleus is firstly discovered by Robert Brown in the root cell of orchids. It is an X-cytoplasmic component of cell. So nucleus is an X-cytoplasmic component. And it is discovered by Robert Brown in root cells of orchids. Clear? Generally the cell will have only a single nucleus, and such type of cells are called as uninucleated cell. But a cell may have more than one nucleus in the cytoplasm. So such type of cell are called as binucleated if there are two nucleus, or multinucleated if there are more than two nucleus. Okay, so a cell which is having only a single nucleus cell is called as uninucleated cell, and most of the cells are uninucleated, but the cell may have more than one nucleus. Let's say for example, if a cell is having two nucleus, then such type of cells are called as binucleated cells. And example of binucleated cell is paramecium. The paramecium, that is a sleeper cell organism, will have two nucleus. One, a large size nucleus which is called as macronucleus, and a small size nucleus which is called as micronucleus. Clear? So paramecium is an example of animal which is having two nucleus in one cell. If the cell is having more than two nucleus, then such type of cell is called as multinucleated cell. And this multinucleated condition develops in the cell due to failure of cytokinesis. This condition develops when there will be karyokinesis in the cell which is not followed by cytokinesis. ये कंडीशन तब डेवलप होती है जब सेल में न्यूक्लियर डिवीजन तो होता है, लेकिन न्यूक्लियर डिवीजन के बाद साइटोप्लाज्म का डिवीजन नहीं होता, यानी साइटोकाइनेसिस की प्रोसेस नहीं होती, तब जाके मल्टी न्यूक्लिएटेड कंडीशन डेवलप होती है. दिस मल्टी न्यूक्लिएटेड सेल ऑफ प्लांट ओरिजिन, if this multinucleated cell belongs to plants, then such type of cells are called as cenocytic cells. That means cenocytic cells are the cells which are having multiple nucleus and they belong to plant kingdom. While in animal cells, such type of multinucleated cells are called as syncytial cell. Syn means fuse, cytial means cytoplasm. So syncytial cells are the multinucleated cells of animal origin. मल्टीन्यूक्लिएटेड सेल अगर प्लांट के हो तो उन्हें हम सिनोसाइटिक सेल्स बोलते हैं, और मल्टीन्यूक्लिएटेड सेल्स अगर एनिमल के हो तो उन्हें हम सिनसाइटियल सेल कहते हैं. एग्जांपल ऑफ सिनोसाइटिक सेल इन केस ऑफ प्लांट्स आर द एंडोस्पर्म सेल एंड tapetum. Cells. Clear? And the example of syncytial cell in case of animal is a striated muscle cells. Striated muscle cells are the syncytial cells in case of animals. Now, depending on the presence or absence of nucleus, the cells can be divided or called as nucleated cells, nucleated cells. If the cell is having the nucleus, then the cell is called as nucleated cell. And if the cell is not having the nucleus was there and it was lost at the maturity. If a cell is having nucleus originally in the immature phase, and at the maturity, if these cells will lose the nucleus, then such type of cells are called as enucleated cell. So enucleated cells are the cells which loses nucleus at maturity. The example of such type of cells are human RBC. In the blastic phase, the human RBC will have the nucleus, but in cytic phase, that means in the mature phase, the human RBC is without nucleus. Such type of cell is called as enucleated cell. And in case of plant cell, we are having sieve tubes, which are also a enucleated cell. That means in the mature condition, the sieve tube will also not have the nucleus. Now, speaking about the content of nucleus will show you 4 definite content. So inside the cell, we are having this nucleus, and nucleus is a double membrane bound structure. Clear? So these are the double membrane of nucleus, which are not continuous and interrupted at some points. These points where these nuclear membranes are interrupted are called as nuclear pores. So the main content of nucleus are 4. Number 1, we are having nuclear membrane. Inside the nuclear membrane, we are having a protoplasmic part which is called as nucleoplasm. So the second content of nucleus is nucleoplasm. Inside the nucleoplasm, we can visualize a darkly stained area. This darkly stained area which is seen inside the nucleoplasm is called as nucleolus. And in the nucleoplasm, we can also visualize a network of suspended threads, which is called as chromatin network. So these are the main 4 components of nucleus, that is nuclear membrane, nucleoplasm, nucleolus and chromatin network. Now let's speak one by one about each and every component of nucleus, that is nuclear membrane, then we will speak about the nucleoplasm, then we will speak about the nucleolus and then about the chromatin network. Now speaking about the nuclear membrane, nucleus is surrounded by double nuclear membrane. So we are having double nuclear membrane. Each nucleus is surrounded by double nuclear membrane. These membranes are not continuous and they are punctured or interrupted at certain places. So this is the outer nuclear membrane, and inside we are having inner nuclear membrane. So this one is the outer and this is the inner nuclear membrane. A space between these two nuclear membrane is called as perinuclear space, which is 10 to 50 nanometer in size. Okay, here the outer nuclear membrane is continuous with the endoplasmic reticulum, and this endoplasmic reticulum is having the ribosome. So the outer nuclear membrane is continuous with rough endoplasmic reticulum, and interluminal space of this reticulum is continuous with the perinuclear space. Here these two membranes are interrupted at certain points, and these points are called as nuclear pores. Nuclear pores are the region for transport of material in or out from the nucleus. Mainly it will transfer the messenger RNA. So these are the nuclear pores. And this is the place from which the material can go in or out in the cell. There are two types of nuclear pore. In case of plant cell, these nuclear pores are simple, and in case of animal cell, they are annulated nuclear pores. Okay. Then inside the nuclear membrane, we are having a dense protoplasm. This protoplasm, which is present inside the nuclear membrane, which is denser compared to the cytoplasm, is called as nucleoplasm. The nucleoplasm is in contact with the inner nuclear membrane. The intermediate type of fibers are connected to inner nuclear membrane, forming a nuclear lamella. They will form a network type of structure by producing a branching pattern attached to the inner nuclear membrane. So this is inner nuclear membrane, and these are the intermediate fibers of cytoskeletal element, which shows a branching pattern, and they are connected to the inner nuclear membrane, and this structure is called as nuclear lamella. This nuclear lamella is the point of attachment for telomere of chromosome during the process of cell division. So these are the intermediate fibers which are forming the nuclear lamina. Clear? Now speaking about the nucleoplasm, nucleoplasm is a dense protoplasm which is present inside the nuclear membrane. This nucleoplasm is very rich in nucleic acid, particularly DNA and RNA. It will also have various enzymes such as DNA or RNA polymerases, and it will have minerals and histone and non-histone proteins. Okay, so nucleoplasm is denser compared to the cytoplasm. So it is a dense area compared to cytoplasm, and that's why we can clearly visualize the nucleus in the under the microscope. Clear? As nucleoplasm is denser compared to cytoplasm. This nucleoplasm will have nucleic acid, then it will have enzymes, then it will have minerals, and it will have histone and non-histone proteins. Clear? So this is the content of nucleoplasm, and for the DNA replication, all the nucleotides will move from cytoplasm into the nucleoplasm, which makes the nucleoplasm again denser. Clear? And during the process of protein synthesis, the DNA will prepare the mRNA, and mRNA will also move out into the cytoplasm through this nuclear pore. So basically, nuclear pore is the area from where the substances can move in or out from the nucleus. Then inside the nucleoplasm, we can visualize a densely stained body. This densely stained body is called as nucleolus. Generally, the cell will have a single nucleolus. Nucleolus is a non-membrane bound structure. So this is nucleolus. It is a non-membrane bound structure. Okay, and it is a site for ribosomal RNA synthesis. Ribosomal RNA synthesis. It can synthesize all the type of ribosomal RNA except for 5S RNA. Except 5S RNA. Clear? It will synthesize both the subunit of ribosome. Clear? The nucleolus is the site of ribosome synthesis. It will synthesize both the subunit. दोनों सबयूनिट जो है राइबोसोम के वो न्यूक्लियोलस ये रीजन में ही सिंथेसाइज होंगे. न्यूक्लियोलस जनरली एक न्यूक्लियस के अंदर एक ही दिखेगा, लेकिन एक्टिवली सिंथेसाइजिंग सेल्स में न्यूक्लियोलस का नंबर एक से ज़्यादा भी हो सकता है. Nucleolus is actually formed by the secondary constriction in the chromosome. Okay, so this region of nucleolus is actually formed by the combination of secondary constriction of chromosome, which is also called as nucleolus organizing area, which we will learn in the next half of this video. So this nucleolus is first discovered by Fontana, and the term nucleolus is given by Baumann. So the nucleolus is first discovered by Fontana, and the term is given by Baumann. This nucleolus is basically consists of protein, calcium ion and RNA, but this region lacks DNA. So nucleolus basically consists of proteins, calcium ion and RNA, and it lacks DNA. Clear? So we have to remember the nucleolus is a non-membrane bound structure which consists of protein, calcium and RNA. It lacks the DNA. Generally the secondary constriction of DNA will comes together and form a nuclear organizing area, and that area will be darkly stained inside the nucleus and called as nucleolus. It was discovered by Fontana, and the term nucleolus is given by Baumann, and the main function of nucleolus is the synthesis of ribosomal RNA. It will synthesize both the subunit of ribosome except for 5S type of RNA. So this is about the nucleolus. Now we are remain with the last part of the nucleus content, that is chromatin fiber, which we will take in the next video. Thank you.